What's going on, everyone? Pintal here. And well, you guys are amazingly resourceful, especially helping us out here on Pinchal's Garage and trying to find us a car. And I'm not trying to find, the golden goose and the golden egg. No, 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 no. I'm just trying to find a good car. And so one of my friends, what's going on, June? Some of my friends on Facebook found me a car much closer, not 11 hours away. Um, it's actually about an hour to 2 hours away from my house, and a much, much lower price. No, it's not a 2.0. It's a VR6. Okay. It's a Jetta. It's a VR6. It's a Mark IV Jetta VR6 with the 5-speed manual. Very, very clean black leather interior. And it's a reflex silver. And you guys would never believe how much. $300 for a Mark IV VR6 5-speed manual. Yeah, $300. So now it's up to you guys, my subscribers, my viewers, to help us make this decision. Okay? We have now two options. Okay? We have two options now. Okay, guys? All right. So both cars are not running. Okay? The big difference is one's a Mark III VR6 with an automatic transmission with the beautiful blue, but it's 11 hours away from my house. $600 but it's a gorgeous car. It's worth $600. Only downside, it's manual and has a rough interior. Okay, I know, but we have the ability to do a full swap on it, thanks to my buddy Josh. So that's a very big plus for us. So again, the big difference is that both cars don't run. However, one turns over and the other doesn't. The VR6 for the Mark IV Jetta VR6, reflex silver, 5-speed manual, black leather interior. So everything that is very, very desirable in a Mark IV is there. The only difference is the engine is seized. Not a big deal. All it requires is that hopefully when it's seized maybe just by maybe the crank or maybe the piston rings just dried out and that was it. So, that's the only downside of it. So we're going to do a full teardown, obviously inspect it, and then see how bad the damage is. If the damage isn't that bad, we might be able to build, or how can we say, bore out the VR6 and go bigger, high compression, high performance, so both cars, just so you guys know, are going to be VR6s. We're not going away from the VR6 engine now. We're going to learn everything that we can with the VR6. The difference is one's a Mark IV, one's a Mark III. The other big difference is one's $300, one's $600, plus another $550 to get it to my house. The Mark IV, $300 and about $130 to get it to my house. So I can buy that car, the Mark IV, technically tomorrow and have it at my house the next day. Okay? So it's really now your guys' choice. And the way that we're going to do this, again, is through Patreon. because you guys are paying for it. You guys are going to generate the content for it. I'm just going to do all the work for you. Pretty straightforward. And once the car is done, we're going to give it to one special Patreon member. Very straightforwate. I'm agreeing with you guys right now. So as you guys are watching this, I'm going to create a poll. Okay, guys? It's not, again, this is not my choice. There's only 8 of you guys tonight, but over time, both of them are VR6 engines. So it's already agreeing that the VR6 build is for sure. Now it's really which car. Obviously, less money on one option, more money on the other, but it's a rarer color, and it's also a gorgeous car. It's not our traditional Mark IV builds here on our YouTube channel, So the big difference is that we're going to an older style car, something different, something new for the channel. Over here, it's still new because we've never done a VR6 on this channel. So that's a big plus. And it's Mark IV. And a lot of you guys come to this channel because of the Mark IV. So we need to make that choice. I'm going to be doing this in just a moment. And yes, I've been doing a ton of live stuff because I want you guys involved, period. I don't want to be the decision maker. I just want to be able to find stuff and give you your options. That's it. And I think that's extremely fair, right? I agree. But June, hold on. I need a refreshment here. Ooh, spill my beer. Dre, the Cajun Volkswagens that I personally own, my Corrado, my Mark II, the bus, the Mark IV, the trailer, and my Jetta. And the Jetta Outlander is technically not mine. It's my team's car. So, I mean, I can put it in my pile of cars, but it's not mine, essentially. I agree, Luis. But remember, most of these cars, David Hernandez, it's very simple. Just give me a second here, and I'll explain how you guys do that. But I'm just trying to make a poll right now really quick. So give me a second as we're talking. So what year? It's a 12 valve, so it's a 2000. Here, let me double check. Hold on, let me find it right now. Hold on, give me just a moment here. It's a 2000, so it makes it a 12 valve VR6, which is amazing because that's what I want. I want a 12 valve. I don't want a 24 valve. 12 valves are just easy and cheap to build. So 12 valves are kind of like the 1.8 Ts for me, technically, in the sense of building and cost efficiency. 24 valves, they tend to go up a little bit more in price due to the fact, again, there's a little bit more expensive parts, so yeah. The bus, my bus is a 71. It's a bay window. with the fully built 1776 cc motor, dual 44 carbs, counterweighted crank, poured and polished head. It's a fun little bus. It makes like 80 horsepower, but it gets up to speed, so I don't mind it. I'm gonna publish this right now, so give me just a moment, guys. Hold on, let me edit this. No. Here it is. Okay, so there's the poll. I would love to do a 1.8T bus, but that's so much fabrication. I mean, by the time we're done, it's expensive as hell. Awesome, Dre. I got this because this was my wife's dream car. Besides an El Camino, this was my wife's dream car. So we got this because when we were getting married, we wanted to be married and we didn't want a limo. We wanted a Volkswagen bus. Let's see here. Hold on. Oh, man, this isn't working. My bus is a 71. Here it is. So there's the link to become a Patreon. Again, you have 3 tiers. All tiers do have different options of benefits. The $5 option is just, you starting off and helping us out. What's funny, Three Bowman, that bus, we got really lucky. We bought it with a complete redone interior, beat up body for $4,000, and the engine was toast. Good thing that I was able to do my research and have really good friends out in the Volkswagen community. I ended up getting the engine fully built for $2,000. And I saved, my wife and I have been saving for years. You guys, it's not something that we had the money just, hey, here you go. We've been saving for years because we've been wanting to bus for a very, very long time. I think we saved for about 4 years to get that bus. So we were about $2,000. So we bought the bus for $4,000. We're already $2,000 into it for the engine. About another $1,400 for the transmission. About another $800, $900 on all the components for the engine. And then like $2,000, like $2,500 for the body work on it, and like $1,000 for wheels and tires. So we were just a little under $10,000, which is not bad for a 1971 VW bus in original California car. So it's stupid cheap if you really think about it. Yeah, they've gone. This car technically goes for around, I can sell this bus for about $25,000 to $30,000 in my current condition. But since I don't care for reselling it, this car is going to go, is going to stay in my life forever, pretty much. I don't want it gone. Same with my Mark IV and same with my wife's Mark II. Those cars are not leaving my house, period. I can care less for the Mark VI. I don't care about that car. And the Corrado. I love the Corrado, but that car is strictly for the community. I wish I can keep it, but I don't want it because I told myself and I set myself a plan to build a Corrado for the Volkswagen community so you guys can understand how much work is involved to do a conversion. And it's not hard to do a 1.8T swap in a Corrado. It's super, super straightforward. Just getting you guys the right stuff to do it correctly is what matters. Yeah, no, they're asking $15,000+ right now for clunkers, and that's kind of hard to say that about a bus, but they've gone up. Yeah. Oh man, you have an old window. I hate you. Seriously, hate you. So again, I created a poll for you guys, and for you guys to be able to read it, you must become a Patreon member, because Patreons are the only ones who can vote for which car we get. Straightforward. I will include your other guys' votes, but again, the car is strictly Patreon funded, meaning the best way to explain it, it is crowd funded. You guys are responsible for it. I am only responsible for using my tools and my brain and my gigantic Volkswagen Bible. So that whole thing is strictly for that, for you guys. We have some very, very cool stuff coming. I'm going to delete this video after we're done because I really want to show you guys, because I'm excited for it. So I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek of a new shirt. The trailer's staying too. Don't worry about that. That's going. That's not going anywhere. Because I actually used it a lot. I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek because all the Patreons got a sneak peek. But Patreons are going to be the only people that are going to be able to buy this shirt when it's available. So, hey, what's going on, Aaron? I had a buddy. I have an artist, a really good artist of mine, drew me up a really cool shirt for next season, for season 7 of Pinche Alex Garage, because it's all about the Corrado and the car that we build together. So this is the new shirt that we're going to be having. Very, very huge sneak peek right there, you guys, for the Rado. I'm not going to show this to anybody else. So once this video is over, it's going to be deleted. And you guys who are here are going to get to see that. They just saw that. All right. It's a dope shirt. Let's go, Dub Invasion. It's a dope shirt we're going to be offering from Pinche Alex Garage. Full color. I'm actually going to be setting up my new machine to actually start making those shirts. We have what they call a DTG printer. It's a direct-to-garment, so it makes shirts like this. Full color, awesome. Like, I can print on any color shirt and give you guys some really, really awesome logos and stuff. So it is something that's coming. And the Corrado, since it's like the big thing, we will be having a Mark IV shirt coming soon. Damn, Dub. Whew, that hurts me. That hurt me right now. Whew. Whew. Nah, man. Hey, my car ain't never being sold. Right now, it's actually on being worked on because I'm swapping some components out because I'm doing some minor upgrades. Right? I agree, Dre. I want a Scirocco, but I don't want the headache of a Scirocco. Oh, fancy. That's too fancy for me. If the car goes over $4,000, it's too expensive. And that's just to be honest with you, man. I'm not buying anything else new anymore. My Mark 6, I'm only going to get a couple years out of it, and I'm done. I'm going to get rid of it pretty soon. What do you think of an automatic 1.T? I don't think anything about it. I don't care about anything. The moment you put automatic in the same sentence of an engine, it just makes me sad. Very cool. Okay. Getting rid of the Mark IV for a VRT Cabrio, that's a fair exchange. Very, very fair. I'm probably trading my Jetta for a 97 Grand Cherokee. Why don't you just go buy a 97 Grand Cherokee? Those things are worth like nothing. And just have your Jetta. You know? This guy, 3 Bowman. So this is why we're here, because we found 2 cars. We're gonna Wow, that's low mileage, man. Jeez. Again, this is why we're here live today, because I really want to get you guys voting. I'm gonna start a community vote as well in just a minute. I'm actually doing it as we speak, so very, very important for you guys because voting makes a difference. Okay, it does make a difference in this channel because it matters to me. That's how we make decisions. Earlier today in the morning, so we finalized the new modifications for the Corrado build. You guys voted, and we ordered it. We're going to get the water-to-air intercooler for the Corrado. We're going to get the Turbo Smart blow-off valve and the Turbo Smart wastegate for the Corrado because you guys voted, okay? You know, so those parts are coming, will be coming soon. All right, so if you guys go to my community tab on YouTube, I want your guys' input. Don't worry. We will use your guys' votes alongside the Patreon. So they will go together. But Patreon technically takes, I'd say, more than 80 to 90% of the voting. But as long as all the votes go side and side, we're going to stick with that car that you guys choose for season 7 of Pinche Al's Garage. Now, I have a contest for you guys. It's for everyone, Patreons and YouTubers alike. I will give you guys, if I can find it. I'll find it. Here it is. So, one person will win a Pinche Al's Garage steel sign for their garage, for their shop, for their room, whatever you guys want. These are a new Pinche Al's Garage product that we're going to be offering eventually down the road. But we're going to have a banner contest for my channel. So pretty much you guys can submit a custom banner for my YouTube channel. So when you guys go to my homepage, you guys see that Jetta with my Pinche Al's Garage logo. You guys have the opportunity to win one of these. Okay, I will pick the winner based off the artwork that I like. Okay, you guys just have to do an awesome wallpaper for my YouTube channel. That's it. That's all I'm asking for. All right, and you guys can win one of these, and I will pay for shipping and everything for you guys to get one of these in your house. These are dope, full steel. You can polish it, do whatever you want with it. So you guys can definitely be a part of Pinche Al's Garage. So all you need to do is send me via email your artwork, and I'll just say if I like it or not. And if I really, really like it, I pick you as the winner. Straightforward, not that hard. You guys just have to make, some really cool artwork, or not artwork, or a really dope photo for my YouTube channel that just works with our channel. I do. I actually, Tyson, I have not a water jet. I actually cut this with a plasma CNC. I have a CNC plasma CNC table at my shop. Well, not my shop, my friend's shop. And we cut these with plasma. This is all cut with the plasma cutter. So that is the Pinch House Garage banana hammock. So I want you guys to be more involved with the channel. So please go to my send me an email of a design with my logo on it. If you guys want the files, if you guys want my files to use my logos, I can send them right to you, and you guys can design something super cool for my YouTube channel, and it will be here all year long. You guys, your guys' logo or wallpaper that we use for the channel will be used for the entire year, calendar year, not fiscal year. So 12 months in total for the entire YouTube season for season 7. Okay, so if you guys want my email, there it is, pinchhouse.garage@gmail.com. Okay, and again, all you gotta do is send an email to me. If you guys want my files, I can send you vector files of all my my like logos, my black and white logos, and you guys can start having fun. Do some photography, do whatever you guys want. It just has to relate to the YouTube channel. That is it. In other words, anything Volkswagen related, I don't care. Okay, so I'm just gonna tell you guys that right now. I don't care what it is. It could be a turbo, it could be a wrench. It just, as long as it matches the community standards, which is Volkswagens and Pinch House Garage and pretty much anything VW or what we do here related in general. And I'm open to whatever it looks like. I'm 100% open. That's why I want to give this to you guys. And my wife and I will look them over, and whichever one we love the most, that is the winner. And we will send you out immediately an awesome steel sign. Sizing, let me give you the exact size actually, because they're very specific on banner size. Pixels, what they request from YouTube is 2560 by 1440. Max size is 6 megabytes in the file. All right. So if you want my files, you have my email. So email me with your information, and I'll send you my files. No problem. We're gonna do it in 1 week. So starting today, one whole 7 days from today, we will announce the winner. Unless I get like two images, then we're gonna go one more extra week. I need to get more than just 2 images because I want to see your guys' creativity and obviously fun. If you guys want pictures of my cars, I have a lot of photos of my cars. If you guys want to include them in your artwork or your design or your photo or whatever you want to call it, I will include them. Just tell me which ones you're looking at so I know what to get you guys. And that's pretty straightforward. And this is open to everyone, so Patreons and YouTubers alike. I just want to see your guys' your creativity and have fun with it. Do whatever you want, as long as it's funny or creative or just fun in general. All right. All right. So moving forward. Let's see what else we got. I don't know. Do you guys have any questions for me at all? Of course I am, Dub Invasion. I'm into anything car related. I don't care. So yes, cartoon style like Ratfink, like crazy cartoon hot rod with big wheels, tiny little bodies, or big bodies with little wheels. I'm all into that kind of stuff. I love it. It's super fun. Again, it's fun stuff. So I'm definitely for sure all about it. Another thing is, I don't care what I want. I'm not picky on what car I want to build. I want to build what you guys want me to build. Okay? That's all I want to build. The Corrado is what I want to build. But everything else. Oh, Dub Invasion. Yes, I can make those. I actually got the file for you. You know? So that's why I'm having you guys vote. Because I want you guys to make that decision. I don't want to make that decision. Okay? Yeah, so I do have the face mask that you asked for, Dub Invasion. I did find it, and I can make it for you. I can make it about 10 or 11 inches tall, I think. I wasn't 100% sure, but I think that's how big I can print. Do an MK3 A59 build. I would do whatever you guys want, but currently you guys want a VR6. That's pretty much it. So I found the cheapest things I can buy pretty much right now based off the money that I've received from you guys. That's it. AJG, I have to thank you again for putting up the videos of changing time belt and water pump in 1.T. Might be older content, but still very, yes, I agree. And just so you know, AJG, we are going to remaster a lot of those old videos, by the way. I know it's kind of a weird thing to say remaster, but we are actually redoing a lot of those videos as I get cars coming into my house to help help locals out. But because I got a new, well, not new, I've had it for about a year now, but I have a really, really nice SLR camera that films really, really clear. So we can upgrade the quality on a lot of those videos. So that is one of my goals down the road, to change, update all those old videos to higher quality, higher video quality, so we get a better perspective and a better understanding on how to do these DIYs. Don Clean, yes, the project will be given away. I am not keeping it. I am definitely not keeping it. Heater core, to get to the heater core, you're looking about 3 hours to get to it. What's the hard part? The really, really hard part is actually the enclosure where the heater core is actually located. Is finicky. You can break it really easily. It's very annoying to take apart to get the core itself out. That's what makes them really hard. Getting to them, like with the location to take the dash off and get to it, is not that bad. That stupid giant metal, big plastic container where the blower and the heater core all reside is a major pain in the ass to remove. Besides that, though, it's pretty easy. Again, Don, yes, we are giving the car away once we finish the build. Dre, honestly hard. Okay, I answered that one. Not too bad. I seem to crawl. Two A59 kits were made. Unfortunately, you'd think someone. Yeah, I agree with that. That's cool. I got to see a picture of that. Dude, I was so intimidated about destroying my engine. A lot of people do get intimidated. But when you start taking each layer off inside the engine bay, with all the vacuum lines and all that, and you start seeing just the engine, it's just an engine. It's very, very simplified and very simple. And that's what people get intimidated by, is when you pop the hood and it's just, bam, there's a lot of stuff there. You're like, oh, all these electrical wires and these hoses. If you just took the wire harness out of an engine bay and you just saw just the vacuum lines and the engine, you would not believe how much simpler an engine bay looks. It's insane. Okay. And then the moment you are like, okay, I understand. Here's the wiring, because wiring on a Mark IV is amazingly simple because it literally is designed to only go one way and only in one location, which I love so much. There's no like crazy, because it tees off on its own. It's so awesome about it. I agree. Definitely, I agree, Dub Invasion. Hell yeah, Vanagon all day. AJ, that's why you're always double and triple check your timing marks. If those line up, you're good. That is 100% correct. Now, speaking of timing, holy mother of God. So that red Jetta that we've been putting together, I timed that thing, and I know for a fact I timed that flawlessly, like 100%. I timed it perfect. And I drove the car. It fired up, drove perfect, right? And then after I drove it about 10 miles, changed the oil, drove another 15 miles, changed the oil. Freaking check engine light turns on for timing. And it's not possible because I took the valve cover off, I cranked the engine over, I double checked the timing marks on the front, double checked my cam chain, and I even checked the flywheel, which I never check, but I check it anyways, and they were all on point. So again, I got a light. I got a P0012 code, which is for timing retarded. So the timing is way pulled back. Doing research and more research, found out that it's a failing cam chain tensioner issue. Now, meaning it might be a bad cam chain tensioner, but we use super thick oil for braking. So my thought right now is that we're still on a really thick oil. We're on 2040 right now on a brand new engine. I'm thinking that there's a clog somewhere. So I'm actually going to get ready to actually go drive that. I'm actually going to go drive the car tonight. I'm going to drive it out for another 15 miles. And then tomorrow, I'm going to drive it around, warm it up, and then change the oil. Since it's a brand new tensioner, I'm not getting what's it called slapping on the chain because it's brand new. It's holding full tension and it's holding fluid. It's actually holding oil. But again, I'm using super thick oil, which is not what you want to do with those with our cars. They're supposed to be running 530. Exactly. Let's get some Farmer Brothers. I agree, Ray, and it's not something that I think is the issue. So I'm gonna wait until the next oil change because we're dropping weight, and we're eventually. I'm thinking not this oil change, but the one after. We're gonna go to actually semi-synthetic 1030 for the primary, the final break-in, and then we're gonna go to full synthetic right after that. Because right now we're on conventional, which is very thick oil when it's cold. So my theory in my brain is okay. Exactly, trash in a pickup. But again, I cleaned everything. This whole engine is brand new and clean. So when hot, that's correct. It should flow correctly when hot. So my concern is I'm wondering if, again, with all the new bearings and new everything, it might have again a clog. So I'm probably gonna try to pull that tensioner out and reverse flush it. There's a little hole you can flush it through and see if I can get something out of it. It's super easy to flush it through. So I'm going to try it and see if there's a difference. If not, it's under warranty, so I'm going to just replace it. But I'm just wanting to give you guys that is one very common issue that I actually just found out, and I diagnosed it and found the issue. So it's really interesting. But it's not causing an issue with the change. That's what I'm just giving you guys the heads up on. It's just giving me a code. Exactly. It does take a while to get it out. So so let's see here. Ivan, nope. Sam, someone gave me an MK3 front spindles with new hubs and bearings pressed in, but the inner seal of the bearing is getting tore up by the circlip. It seems like the bearing was pressed in too far. That is correct. The bearing was pressed in way too hard. So when you press in those, because they have C-clips on both sides on those hubs, there's one on each side, and you're supposed to put the C-clip in, and you're supposed to press it, and you're supposed to watch it until it hits the bottom, but not make the C-clip bow out. More than likely, the C-clip got in there so hard, it's actually rubbing that rubber seal that the C-clip is supposed to barely pass. Again, we used a lot of assembly lube when we built this motor, so it might have, like I said, it might have assembly lube in it. I'm going to give it another 2 oil changes and see if it makes a difference. If not, we're just going to swap the part out. It's no big deal. It literally, I've taken those cams out of that car so many times because I was thinking I was off timing. Even Ray knows. Ray right there. Ray 16 valve caddy boy. He knows. He did it with me, and we were completely mind effed for legitimately an hour after we had in and out. And we're just like, it's timed. We know it's timed. It just doesn't look timed. But then we turned on the car and it ran. So it wasn't a timing issue. It was just a stupid tensioner issue. And that's what that's what my whole experience for you guys. So if you ever guys get the code on a Mark IV P0012, 2 options. Number 1, something's up with the tensioner clogging, or you have a failed tensioner. That's it. I'm just trying to give you guys one of my experience, Ivan, yes, it is very true that the fuse box on top of a Mark IV burns, and the reason for this is actually the alternator. Alternators obviously fail, and what happens is when they start to fail, the actual the converter on the actual box, like on the alternator that converts AC, or no, is it DC to AC or AC to DC? I forgot. Electricity to go to the battery. Good night, Dre. Those tend to fail. Or what happens is that the voltage regulator. There we go. The voltage regulator will like to fail, and it'll just dump a gob ton of electricity or ampage. Voltage is not what causes the issue; it's ampage that causes the issue. So the ampage is not being regulated, and will cause your thing to go bad. Again, it takes a very long time for that to happen. So definitely one thing you need to pay attention to if you ever have an issue. Definitely check your battery being properly charged. Is very important. Very simple to test that too. Just get a voltmeter. If your battery doesn't hold, when the car is on, should be around 13. Should be like 13.4 to 14 volts when the car is running. When the car is turned off, you should be around 12 to 13 volts on average. Banging, I was told 90 versus 120. Go to the 120 amp. 100 times better all day, especially if you're going to start building a stereo in there. Robert, really, I love working on my all-road a lot more than my Mark IV. Timing is way more accessible on the line. Oh, of course it is. It's right there. You just got to take the whole front end off. That's it. It's awesome. It's super easy. Johnny Boy, HP? HP what? Dub Invasion. It happens when that part has been shuffled around on a shelf warehouse for a long time before purchase. 1 out of 10 can have manufacturer flaw. Yeah, it's true. Definitely true. My car overheated because of that. Fans didn't turn on and I didn't notice it. Yeah, happens all the time. Because what happens when we drive our car on a daily basis, we don't pay attention to its vitals, temperature, fuel. The only time we ever pay attention to fuel when the stupid fuel light goes bing, and we're like, oh, there's a noise. Where was that noise coming from? And then you're all like, oh, it's the gas light. A lot of us don't pay attention to that. You know, especially because a lot of us drive stock cars. Um, that's funny. You know, uh, again, it's like a lot of us when we daily drive a stock car, we don't pay attention to stupid things like that, honestly. And then for people like us who drive super modified, built cars, I pay attention. The moment I turn my car on and I drive it like a mile, I'm like, all right, yeah, oil's good. Fuel, we're good. Oh, boost it's hitting boost. Okay, it's going to boost. I'm not getting crazy vacuum, stuff like that. And it's you because you got to pay attention to it. You don't want to get up and get in your car and then it having weird issues, and then all that money you just invested is gone. You know what I mean? It's simple. Banging 800 on two eight so far needs to do a 4 channel. Yeah, definitely. Ivan, should I rebuild the alternator or new OEM? I get remanufactured alternators from AutoZone. I like them. They actually work. The one in my car has been in there for 2 years. Not a problem. I get the 120 rebuild from them. I like it. Banging, my fans don't work unless the AC is on, but never goes halfway. That's funny. Robert, my all road was stuck in uh, in this position for 6 months. Wow, I diagnosed the air ride. Jeez, how long does it take you to diagnose air ride? Is it really a problem? Wait, is it a relay problem with the fans? No, Mark IVs have the underneath the it's like a relay, but it's like their fan. It's called the fan module. Those tend to fail a lot. Go to the junkyard and go buy one. They're like $5 or free. You know. Dub Invasion, Pinche, you see, I'm running MK6 plaids in my router. Yeah, I did. It's beautiful. Beautiful, man. I saw that last time. We talked about it last time, remember? There can be a few different things. Yeah, Tyson, yeah, never buy an aftermarket tensioner ever again. Bilstein, but built in China, right? Banging, there's two controllers for them. One is in the radiator, the other is under the battery tray. Correct. That's correct. Sweet, thank you, Tyson Craft. 1/8 airlines are boggers to track down. Yeah, 1/8 is that's very small. It's a very small airline. So I would go to quarter inch. Quarter inch, or if you're really ballsy, 3/8 for you truck guys, not for a Volkswagen. And go slow. Yeah, so the one underneath the battery is, well, there's technically three. There's three things that control the fans on that car. Number one, your fan switch, which is on the radiator itself. It looks like a little triangle or a square, depending on the generation of the car. No, don't go to car ID. JDM people go to car ID. So AJ, the one on the radiator is the fan switch. That when it hits a certain temperature, toggles on and off the air fan module. The air fan module has fuses that go to that relay box on top. So if the fuses are blown, that air fan module won't kick on. So your fan switch won't do a job, won't do anything. So, so those three components is what controls all of that for your heating system. So definitely, if nothing's wrong there, then you want to check you want to go to a junkyard and buy a fan module, and then go buy the go to a junkyard and buy a used fuse box and just replace all of that. Should be pretty easy. Give me a second here. I'll be right back. Damn it. I thought I had one, but I'm out. I usually keep those in stock. I usually keep a good stock of those fan modules, but I'm all out right now. I'll probably hit up the junkyards and pick some up for later. It's something I always got to keep them in stock because they do fail pretty often. Let's see, Dub. Okay, Dub Vision. I want to talk to you about 3D printing a piece of missing slot, back seat, or the rattle now, the rear lip, armrest is gone. Yeah, definitely something we can think about. The fan switch and the module work because when they wiggle the fuse box, they turn on. Okay, so yeah, fix the fuse box. Mine's static now. Tyson wasn't worth the headache to me. Super fun car. It took me time. Rookies, Colorado. A few times amazingly capable machine. The Quattro all-wheel drive is impressive. Yes, Quattro all-wheel drive is amazing. One of the best all-wheel drive systems out there, actually, out in the world. Very, very good system for cars. What would be good? So good side for wheels. Good place for wheels. I would say ECS tuning and URO tuning. So Euro tuning are probably the two best places I like to shop for wheels, or at least shop for what's available out there, and then maybe go around other websites and buy stuff from them. You know. So, I mean, if you're looking for a set of wheels for a car, especially if you're doing for like a Mark IV, stay within 17 and 18-inch wheels. Don't go any bigger than that. They look goofy. Unless you're bagged, and then definitely don't listen to Ray. HRE wheels are not realistic in poor people prices, or AKA us normal folk. Ray's all like, oh, HREs, I got HREs, look at me. I'm just messing with you, buddy. Yeah, Tuner Shop is actually a good place. I haven't been to that website in years, and I am so glad they're still around. It's good stuff. Yeah, I love Tuner Shop. If they still keep turning, you have a short somewhere, McDubbin. There's a short somewhere in the car. You got to find it. Ooh, Ronalds are pretty wheels. I like those. Yeah, McDubbin. More than likely, the on the follow the fan harness. There might be a wire just maybe misplaced, and it's just turning it on. I would definitely double check that. There has to be a wire somewhere that's not supposed to be where it's supposed to be, I guess, in the same area where your fans are being controlled. Because I do know that there's two main power wires that come out of the module box. So, and then there's two main wires that come from the fuse box into that module. So you might have switched one of those wires. So you might be getting direct power from the battery, and it's triggering the fans automatically when you crank them on. That's the only thing I can think of that's going on there. So you might, because the modular the fan module box is actually just two big relays inside of one box. That's pretty much all it is. They're just relays. So that more likely that's what's happened. You have one of those are just switched, and that's pretty much it. No problem, buddy. No problem at all. Technically, it's not an MK4 Beetle. It's actually it's a MK1. They're called MK1 Beetles because the new Beetle is considered a Mark 1 generation, and then the Mark 2 Beetle, which was the new Beetle, the one with the 2.0 Ts. But yeah, Beetles are a whole other disaster of a car. I'm so disappointed in them, but they're so dope. But I'm very disappointed in that car. They made them goofy. They honestly made them goofy. They did not make them what they were. They lost the soul of the old school Beetle, you know? Yeah, no. Beetles are Mark IVs. They have the exact same chassis. It is pretty much a Mark IV chassis. But they did something just stupid with them, and the inside is so garbage. They fall apart, and then the way that they crammed everything inside the engine bay, it just didn't make any sense. Like, it's just stupid. Like, everything was just dumb because they started stacking things on top of each other versus, maybe building them out towards the fenders. It could have been made more sense, All right, June, have yourself a good one. I don't know, man. I love the Beetle, and we're thinking about doing another Outlander, but out of a Beetle. We're thinking about doing an Outlander out of a Beetle or out of a GTI. But we want to call it the Outlander Sport. We want to actually build not a crazy horsepower version, but a good power, a good like 200, 250 horsepower Mark IV off-road car. And we want to lift it like crazy. And I mean, cut into the body as much as possible to get as much travel as we can do. I would love to do an air-cooled Outlander, but it's everybody does them. Everybody does air-cooled lifted cars. I'd like to do cars that are not meant to be lifted and make them super fun. right, Dub. A beach buggy would be dope. A little bug. I mean, a bug. I mean, a Manx. Yeah, Manx is what they call them. Yeah, exactly. Just Frankenstein the crud out of a car, and just have fun with it. But it has to be a 1.8T. VR will never be able to handle gambling in a real case scenario because you can't. I don't want to rebuild a VR for gambling. It's stupid. A 1.8T would be super cheap to just beat the crap, buy the cheapest turbo possible for it, and just beat the living daylights out of that car and just have stupid fun with it, like we are with the Jetta. I mean, the Jetta, we have a ton of fun with it, and we're trying to get back and doing it with the Team Gambler. It's just everything's been closed and everything got opened and everything got closed again. It's just been such a major headache. I want people to drive. I want my team to drive that car. It's super annoying, Yeah, no, they're not. No, they're not cheap to build, and they're not very easy to fix. No. Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, sure, Ivan. Sure. I'm the one that's been building Volkswagens for a long, long time, and I know you're being sarcastic. That's what I'm trying to do with you. 1.8T, 2 points slow is just not enough power. Honestly, for going up like steep hills. Just not enough balls in the back to get us up going. A 1.8T or a diesel. Obviously, we already have the diesel, so why not? He bought a Subaru. I mean, if she likes it, by all means, go for it. But again, I don't like new cars. I never will. I've been in some very, very nice, expensive new cars. They don't do it for me. They don't give me that chub, that most or that chode that most old cars do. It's impressive on how can I say, old slow turds are just so much fun to own. Right, Deb? I want to. My wife wants a caddy. I've been actually feeding that fire because she said, "Oh, I want a caddy," but we have the Mark II, so I have to finish the Mark II in this year or next year eventually. Well, it's not even feeling the road or anything. They don't have soul. They don't have character. They look like every other car, It's just they just don't have a character. They're just boring. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with you, Dubbin. That's why when people tell me, it's like, dude, you drive that bus? I'm all like, yeah, I drive my bus all the time when I can because I freaking love it. It smells like gasoline, but who cares? I love it. It's so much fun. That'd be dope to do a Mark IV into a truck. Yeah, no, Mark 7s are like then they're boring. But they're super fast. Don't get me wrong; they're really fast cars, but they're boring. I mean, I'm sorry, but it's boring. They're just whatever. I can drive it with the pinky. My bus, when I get in that thing, I'm just like, all right, that's a left turn. Okay, I gotta straighten the wheel back up. I gotta plan if I'm gonna go up a hill. I gotta plan how much speed I gotta get so I can get into second or third gear on the way up the hill. you know you know my favorite thing is like, I think I have a half a tank of gas. Sure. I think there's a half a tank of gas. And then all of a sudden, oh shit, there's no more gas. Dude, Mark IVs are amazing. I love the crayon smell of a Mark IV. I'm sorry. Yeah, exactly right. They are called pointers. All right. Oh man, I didn't even notice the time. See, we keep chatting away. So again, for you guys, I totally forgot about the time. I need to get back to work. For you guys, again, please, please, please become a Patreon member because it helps. You guys have no idea how much it helps to get cars going. So once you guys place your vote, by the end of next week, we're going to have a car here in my driveway. I promise you, because of you guys, okay? So please become a Patreon member because that's the only way we're going to be able to do the new content, unfortunately, here at Pinchal's Garage. So again, you guys, please become a member, whether it's $5, $10, or $20 a month, or just a quick donation. It makes all that a difference. You have no idea. Once we receive the car, for every member that has joined in, you instantly get your one entry to get the car. Okay? So that means everybody that is a Patreon instantly is already entered into the contest. You cannot get any more entries. It's one entry and done. Straightforward and to the point. And only Patreon members can win the car. Why? Because only Patreon members have invested into it. Completely fair and makes complete sense. Okay? So for you guys, just remember, become a Patreon member. There's going to be some awesome perks. Stay tuned. Check out your check your mailboxes in about a week or two, because I am requesting everybody's address when you sign up as a Patreon member, because I need them to send you guys some cool stuff. And a lot of that stuff is by me, and I'm making it by hand for you guys. So please keep an eye out on your mailboxes, because you will be receiving stuff. If your address is incorrect in the Patreon because you did it on purpose, that's okay. Make sure you fix it now before later it becomes an actual problem when I send you something that comes back to my house. All right? Thank you so much, everyone, from Pinchal's Garage to you. We will talk later, and we will see what's going on. Again, please vote. There's a public poll on the YouTube community page, and there's a private poll on the Patreon page for you guys. I'm going to take whoever's vote. I'm going to take, obviously, the vote for that, but we will use the votes as well in conjunction together to make the decision on which car we're going to buy. All right? Peace out, everyone. And yes, it was a great talk, like always. I don't mind these conversations. They're fun. We learn something together, and we get to do other stuff together as well. All right? Have a wonderful night. And for everybody who won the prizes again, don't worry. I have all your emails and information. I'm just trying to get my garage situated again to get everything going for you guys, okay? Thank you. No, we're not going to go to the strip joint. You guys have a wonderful day, and be safe out there. And again, as always, here at Pinchal's Garage, when you see another fellow dubber on the road, give them a peace out or a thumbs up. Respect one another. And as always, we're going to break, we're going to fix, and we're going to repeat. Peace out. Banging. Message me, all right, man? We can talk later about timing, all right? Just hit me up on Messenger, because I'm going to be working, so I can talk with you through Messenger and stuff. All right, Banging? All right. Have a good one, everyone.